Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today is another playlist video. I feel like I just made one because I talked about the songs that I had on repeat in August, literally like last week. I was told that I should do this for every season, so I thought I would, and it's the beginning of fall-ish, where I live at least, so I thought I would make the fall one right now. Like if I wait too much longer, the fall and the winter ones will be super close together and that will just drive me crazy. So we're doing it now. But I do quickly want to just say that the summer one was kind of a lot easier. Songs that kind of felt like they would be playing in an amusement park when you walk around. And those are very specific songs in my mind. For fall, I didn't really have something like that. So I just picked a lot of songs that felt, I don't know how to describe it. They felt very fall to me. Certain sounds that I can't really describe remind me of fall, so I picked songs that kind of applied to that, but hopefully you'll see like the theme, and hopefully it makes sense once I get into it. But just want to say it's not like super obvious like my summer one was, so I'm sorry. I almost had a hard time picking songs for this because there were so many that I wanted to pick, and I didn't want it to be super long. It's already longer by 2 songs than my summer playlist was, so yikes. So the first song that came to mind for me when I thought of making a fall playlist was Rainy Day by Top Dog. Rainy Day actually came out in the winter, as far as I remember, but it always reminded me of such a, like a rainy, well, obviously like a rainy day kind of song, but like a chill, just, I don't know, fall song. It just has that fall feeling to it. It's comfortable and I just really love it. And plus it's Top Dog, so like that makes it even better. The second song is Coffee, which is a cover by BTS. I'm blanking on who the original artist was, but BTS's version of it I just think is super cute for some reason, and it does sound very similar to the original, but I just think theirs is a little more cozy sounding. I don't know. It's not their song, but I'm choosing their version of it for this just because that's the one I know the most. I have heard the original, but I'm gonna give it to BTS just for this, just because I think their version is cute. The third song is Pinwheel by 17's vocal unit, and I think this song was actually, the music video actually really reminded me of like spring, or if there's a season in between, like, this makes no sense, but if there was a season in between like winter and spring, that's what it would remind me of. But I think it fits really well onto a fall playlist too, just because it's kind of got that cozy feeling to it, and it's still a really light song without being like a summery kind of song, if that makes any sense. The fourth song I wasn't totally sure fit, but for me it reminded me of winter, and it was Sentimental by Winner. I just love this song so much. I don't know what it is about it, but it feels really almost grungy, and that also reminds me of fall, sort of. And Sentimental is one of my favorite winter songs, and I thought it fit a fall playlist more than any of their other songs. The fifth song is Missing You by B2B, and I think this song was actually supposed to be kind of a fall vibe type of song, like a sweater weather almost kind of song. It's not particularly a happy song, but it's one of those more chill kind of ballad hangout kind of songs. It was like the first B2B song that came to mind when I started making the playlist, because that's just what it always reminded me of, especially because of the music video. They're all wearing like long sleeve turtleneck, you know, trench coats and stuff like that. So it's like the sixth song I debated taking off because I'm not sure it will really translate to everybody else as being particularly fall-ish, but Want You to Say by Playback, it didn't really feel like a summer song to me, and I love this song so much. And when it came out, I think I found it in the fall, so that's probably why it reminds me of like a fall song. But it's just kind of everybody really associates fall as being like this more laid back, chill out, hang out, kind of comfy, like wrap yourself in a blanket and just sit at home kind of a thing. But I think there's a more energetic side to fall as well, and I think this kind of song really fits it because it's like you want to go out and do stuff in the fall. You want to go like to a maze, or you want to go on a hayride, or you want to go to a pumpkin patch. You know, like you want to go out and do stuff in the fall too. You don't just want to sit at home. At least that's how I am. And I think this song is one of those that will get you like in the mood to do stuff rather than just sit at home and drink coffee. The seventh song is Mirror by Feistar. Feistar. I can never remember how to say their name. I'm so sorry. I'm not super familiar with this song. I did find it on Spotify randomly one time and like just randomly liked it, and it never came up again. So I'm not horribly familiar with the song, but I do like how it's kind of an edgy but laid back kind of song. It's got a weird vibe to it that I think really fits fall, because fall doesn't really know what it wants to be. It's a little hot sometimes because, you know, it was just summer, but it's a little cold sometimes because winter's coming. So it's like you want to do stuff, but you kind of just want to hang out. That's kind of what I was trying to explain for the playback song. But this one more so, it's not as like upbeat in the way that Want You to Say is. It's more upbeat in like the hangout kind of way. I feel like I'm making absolutely no sense in this video. Story of my life. Eighth song is Love Scenario by Icon, and I really don't have any explanation for this that's different other than I found this song recently, not found it, but I like rediscovered that I like it recently, and it's almost fall, so it's kind of a fall song to me. But also it doesn't really feel like a summer or like spring or winter song, so I think it fits kind of well with the misfit songs that sort of don't fit anything else but weirdly do fit fall, you know? So that's why I've put it in this playlist. The ninth song is Let's Not Fall in Love by Big Bang, and I was reminded of just how much of a fall song this is when I saw somebody else put it on their fall playlist, and I like 100% agreed. I would have probably never thought to put it on a fall playlist had somebody else not mentioned it, but I'm so glad that they did, because this is one of those songs that just like immediately feels like a fall song. Like, at least to me it does. It might feel like maybe a spring song to other people, but I think it has so much of what fall is as a song. It's almost like this sorrow-filled hope, which fall is like depressing to some people because that's when everything is going from green to like dead basically, and you're going into winter and it's like, oh, this is gonna suck, you know. But it's also like fall means it's almost the end of the year, and that's when Christmas and New Year and stuff is coming, so it's like a contradictory of itself, but it's so perfect for fall in that way. The 10th song is The Eve by EXO. I originally had Moonlight, but I feel like Moonlight is more of a winter kind of song. I'm really excited to make my winter playlist, but I have a feeling it's going to be mostly EXO. And I try not to repeat groups, but I have a feeling there's going to be a couple EXO songs on that one. But I put The Eve on this one, again, because I saw somebody else mention it, and they also had Moonlight in their fall playlist with The Eve. And I was like, oh yeah, Moonlight, that's perfect. And as I was reading, I saw The Eve, and I'm like, no, The Eve is better. I think The Eve actually came out in September of whatever year it came out in, if I'm not mistaken. So it kind of could count as a fall song, even though it didn't have like a music video or anything like that to like hint towards it being for any specific kind of, you know, like theme. I think it fits really well for a fall song. It's this chill kind of boppy vibe to it. Like, what am I even doing right now? None of this makes any sense, but I hope you get it. The 11th song is If You Do by GOT7, and again, somebody else is to thank for me even having this on my list, because I forgot about If You Do. I totally forgot about it. It's one of my favorite GOT7 songs, but if somebody else had not mentioned it as like a song that they have on their fall playlist, I would have never even imagined it being on here. Like, I would have gone through and been like, okay, these are all the groups. What songs by these groups do I think applies? I would have never even considered If You Do not for any particular reason, I just forgot it existed. But I think it fits really well on here, and I want to listen to it now. The 12th song is No One by E-Height featuring B.I. That's so hard to say. You don't know how many times I had to try to say that. And this was originally going to be Breathe by E-Height, but I don't know. Like, I love that song, as depressing as it is, and as many times as I've listened to it, I still can't get through it without, like, kind of a little bit crying. But I feel like No One has this almost fantasy kind of vibe to it. Like, the music video almost feels like it was supposed to be sort of a Halloween thing, even though it was released in, like, June. I just think it has this almost creepy feeling to it, so I think that fits really well for fall, and I really wanted to put it in like a Halloween themed video, but I don't think it's creepy enough for that, so it's going on this playlist. It's a hella good song. The 13th song is Face by Wusang, and I didn't I had pretty much no interest in listening to this song, if I'm being totally honest, when it first came out. I don't stan the Rose or like follow them really, so I wasn't totally interested in Wusang's solo stuff. But I was looking for songs for this playlist on my own so that I wasn't relying on like ones I saw from other people. And I randomly found the music video for this, so I decided to watch it. And the song is fucking awesome. It's so good. His voice is so like unique, which makes it even better, but it's got a good vibe to it that I think fits fall perfectly and is kind of almost the epitome of a fall song. If I didn't have other examples to already show you, I'd be like, this is a good fall song. The 14th song is BB. Is it called BB? By IU. And again, I mean, I didn't know this song existed. I found it just randomly looking on YouTube, and I think it's honestly really cute, and IU songs are always pretty unique and very specifically like IU. You can tell that it's her song. And this is one of those songs, but it's also kind of like Face, where it's got this weird, almost like, it's like a perfect kind of fall song because it's got that sound to it. I would say like there's a type of song that reminds me of fall, and my examples, if I had to think of three, would be Face, BB, and 7 Cents by NCT. I didn't put that on this list just because I felt like I had enough songs. So that won't be on here, but that's an honorable mention. But those kind of songs, I don't even know what they would be described as, but those remind me of fall. I'm not sure why, they just do. The last song on the list is Twit by Hwasa, and I did not listen to this until recently when I was making this playlist, and I kind of regret it because it's a really good song. I love Hwasa. I think she's so talented, and the fact that she got to do solo stuff just makes sense, and the fact that this song was so good also just makes sense. I don't want to make comparisons, but she reminds me a lot of Hyorin, which I think in like the best way I mean that. And I feel like she's got this thing to her that's like, she's an idol from a group, but she could be this like powerhouse on her own as well, and I don't think a lot of idols have that. Some idols, you could tell they're just more comfortable being in a group because I don't think that they could demand a stage on their own. They just don't have that kind of stage presence, but with a group, they're like more empowered and stuff. I think Hwasa definitely stands on her own very well, and I'm like super interested to see stuff from her in the future. But I think this song is a great fall song. I think this song is a great any season song, if I'm being totally honest, but I chose it for my fall playlist because it's got that vibe to it again, and that's my reasoning for everything. I can't explain it, it's just got that vibe too. And that was my playlist of like fall songs, and I hope that even if you've heard all of these songs already, that you still found the video interesting. If you haven't heard like one or two or most of these songs. Let me know which one you maybe ended up liking because of this video. That would be really awesome. I love when people find new things because of my videos. It's so exciting. But yeah, that's it for this video. If there's anything you want me to make a video about, leave a comment and I will do my best to make it happen. But thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.